A North Carolina mom says her 11-year-old was exposed to pornography in the classroom via another student's laptop. It's, of course, not the first such incident involving porn and school-issued technology. As Heather Sells reports, schools say there's no easy answer.
This is not the kind of thing at 11 years old he should be learning. He was in tears. He said it was disgusting and he wished he could unsee it.
This North Carolina mom says her son was sitting in his middle school class when another student accessed porn on his school-issued laptop.
He said, "It's what you told me people do when they're married and they love each other." He said, but this wasn't love.
When it happened again, this time in the school cafeteria, this mom turned to school leaders, who she says told her they couldn't help.
The kids are very smart. They'll get around anything we do, and all we can do as a school is monitor it the best we can.
A school district spokeswoman said the district does take the problem seriously and issued this statement. UCPS is in the process of transitioning to a more robust web system to address this and other issues. Across the country right now, many school districts are rushing to buy tablets and other computers for every student. They're hoping to meet a deadline for new online standardized tests that are aligned with the Common Core standards. There's also some research that shows such technology helps students learn better, but other research is mixed. What is clear, safeguards for pornography are desperately needed. Heather Sells, CBN News.
And joining us now is the president of Enough is Enough, an executive producer and instructor of the Internet Safety 101 television series, Donna Rice Hughes. Welcome, Donna.
Thank you for having me, Mark.
Yeah, glad to have you on our show. Do you know if this is a common problem for school systems, and how are some addressing it?
Well, interestingly enough, in 1998, we were very involved in getting a law passed that actually mandates schools taking federal E-rate money to filter pornography, all types of pornography, child pornography, hardcore pornography, and adult pornography in both schools and libraries. So if they're taking federal funds for their internet, they must do this under this law, and it's nicknamed SEPA. So parents need to understand, and this is a question that they need to be asking their schools. Are you taking government money? And if so, there's already a law in place that requires them to filter pornography while kids are accessing the internet at school. So this is very important. Now, it could be with the introduction of laptops and mobile devices that those filters may not extend to these mobile devices, and that's certainly something that schools are going to need to deal with. But the reason that the law is in place is that the pornography issue has been a big one for a long time, and kids can accidentally come across all types of pornography, even material that is not protected under our First Amendment. So filters are absolutely essential. And at the same time, internet technology is terrific, but it needs to be safeguarded against the downside, the dark side, which certainly includes pornography.
Now, Donna, some school leaders say the kids are just too smart and would simply find a way to these websites. Is that true, or are there safety measures that can be put in place?
There are safety measures that can be put in place, and the great news is that the filters are very granular. There are ways to lock down the internet access so that kids have a more difficult time of getting around those filters by using, and kids will often use proxy servers to do that. And this is one of the reasons I also recommend that schools implement monitoring technology, because that sets up a system of accountability with students that are trying to get around the filters and abuse the school's internet policy.
Well, I know this isn't just a problem at home or school. Free Wi-Fi spots at places like Starbucks, McDonald's, I know they don't have pornography filters right now. Tell us what you're doing to raise awareness about this.
Yes, we just recently launched the Porn Free Wi-Fi campaign, and we are urging McDonald's and Starbucks to filter their free Wi-Fi access and to filter both child pornography, which is illegal, and adult pornography and all types of hardcore pornography. Now, the interesting thing is they are already doing this in the United Kingdom and in Australia. In fact, McDonald's and Starbucks are leaders there. So we wrote their CEOs a letter complimenting them on what they're doing overseas, but saying, What about America's children and families? They deserve the same protections. And that was in April of 2014. We did hear back from we heard back from McDonald's, and they said they're looking into it, but they haven't done anything yet. And we haven't heard anything from Starbucks. So we started a porn-free Wi-Fi campaign, and we're urging Americans across the country to sign our petition that we will be sending back to Starbucks and McDonald's, urging them to filter pornography and child pornography. And audiences can go to the Porn-Free Wi-Fi website and they can sign the petition, and we urge them to do this, to let your voices be heard, because sometimes these companies, they need a little nudge. So we're giving them that nudge. And let me just say this, that the problem of hardcore material and the way it's impacting our youth is extraordinary. In fact, we're calling it the internet pornography pandemic, and our youth are the biggest victims. Girls and boys alike are accidentally coming into this material. They're getting hooked on it. They're becoming addicted to it. Their underdeveloped brains are not prepared to deal with this material. And it's very problematic across a lot of different areas and a lot of different fronts. And you heard the little boy in the beginning that the mom was talking about how he was so upset. And we know that kids as young as 5 and 6 years old even are coming across this material, and they're simply not prepared to deal with it. And parents have got to be the first line of defense, which is why we developed the Internet Safety 101 program.
Wonderful, wonderful. And thank God for organizations like yours, Enough is Enough, the organizations which are doing the prodding and making sure that these safety measures are in place. Donna Rice Hughes, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
And you can help by visiting InternetSafety101.org to sign the porn-free Wi-Fi petition like Donna talked about, or learn more at enough.org.